Got Dave Benham coming up next. Oh, and keeping my delicious instrumentalists back to back.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'll just slather them with instrumental butter.
little break. Jimmy, that tone you got with that Joyo reminded me of Robert Fripp, some of the stuff he does.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Thank you. Wow, that's a good comparison.
So, Taken by the Wind. I was thinking about it kind of like to be taken by someone, to be smitten. You know, you were taken by something or someone. And the Native American flute, they talk about love at first sight, the love at first feeling it and breathing through it and listening to the tone. It just grabs the soul. And I talked a few times, I've talked about how it's really soothing to be able to play, just kind of play through your emotions. And one of the things that's really wonderful about it, I used to sing a lot in choirs, and if you let the emotion overcome you, just what it does to your vocal cords. I can't sing. Lacey, I don't know how you did it. You were really torn up by some really devastating news, and you sang some gorgeous songs despite that. But man, I cannot do that. But with the Native American flute, all you have to be able to do is breathe, and you don't have to worry about the vocal cords. And you're able to just emote through the flute, and it still can be gorgeous, even though you're really emotional inside. So I don't know that I'm going to really tap into that, but I'm going to try to do something I've never done before. Most of the stuff I do, people think of it as kind of cinematic, and they ask me, what am I thinking, what am I seeing, when I play, and I don't see anything. It's just pure emotion and just music. But I'm going to actually try to think of phrases as I play, the phrase "taken by the wind," and just kind of see what that does to my playing. And I haven't recorded it, so I don't know what it's going to do. It'll be an interesting experiment.
so beautiful.
Thank you.
Definitely a smitten by the wind kind of feel. Good.
So what I initially thought about with this prompt was a real primitive instrument in wind. I think there's I need to read up about it, but a Native American kind of like folktale kind of a thing about the origin of the flute and the woodpecker, making a hole and the wind blowing across it. So tonight I'm going to play just an overtone flute, which is just a big tube. I don't know if some of you may have seen those corrugated plastic pipes that you would spin around, and the faster you would spin it, the higher the note would go. And that's just an overtone flute. And this is the same concept. It's got a fipple like a recorder or something. But this flute I'm going to play is about 9 feet long, the functional end of a 2-inch bore PVC. And it's going to be lots of delay and reverb. Kind of fun.
It's been too long since you broke out the PVC flute.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I built this right about the start of COVID, right about that time.
Wow, sounds great.
Thanks.
Is it all acoustic or is it going through like a filter of some sort?
No, the sound. Well, here I'll just play it without any effects. So it's mostly just the sound of it, and then just delay and reverb.
Yeah, very cool.
Now, that was something you were experimenting with plenty. I feel like even before COVID struck, you were experimenting with some sort of some similar things back at T-Volve, but then you really perfected it now that you've had it at home and
Right.
it's full with it.
Yeah, I had a wooden flute head
Right.
the friend that unfortunately died of prostate cancer, but I was able to get that. I bought that from his widow, and I fashioned a flute out of it, and then I decided to try to make my own sound generating part, which is this part up here. I kind of built all that, and it's got a companion piece. It's all modular. This is in C. I can do it in D, C sharp, and B, and then I've also got a straight flute with the same flute head that's tuned to key of B minor with 6 holes. So
There are plenty of things that I'm not looking forward to going back to if we ever go back to our normal. Having to figure out how to mic your weird ass flutes, high on my list of things that I'm happy to go back to do. I'm excited about it. It's Dave Benham, everyone. You may know him as Dave Venom, but you'd be wrong. But he is sort of Dave Venom, Dave Benham.